What is going on, everybody? New York Sports Hub here, coming at you with another MLB video, and some breaking news has just dropped in the MLB. Well, sorry, I actually was going to upload this earlier today. I was just kind of busy, so I'm uploading it tonight. Mookie Betts has signed a mega contract with the LA Dodgers for 12 years, and I believe $365 million. That is absolutely insane. It breaks Mike Trout's record. He is now the highest paid MLB player in MLB history. He's going to be a Dodger for the next 12 years throughout the years 2020 and 2032. That is absolutely crazy if you really think about it. But Mookie Betts is still really young. He's only 26, 27 years old, so he should be there till he's around 40. So Mookie Betts, he won't be there until like he's 45, not anything like that. Mookie Betts is still really young. He's still 26, 27. So Mookie Betts will be there probably until he's around 40, 41 years old. So Mookie Betts has re-signed a 12-year contract with the Dodgers, and I think this makes the Dodgers probably going to be a World Series contender for the next 5 years. I really think the Dodgers have a dynasty. They have Cody Bellinger, Gavin Lux, obviously coming up from the farm system, Max Muncy, Justin Turner. They have Cody Bellinger, obviously. Probably Cody Bellinger and Mookie Betts are probably both top 5 players in the game. I mean, both of them are studs. The Dodgers, I really do think they have a dynasty. I think the Dodgers and the Yankees are going to be one of the 2 top teams in baseball for the next 5, I think maybe even for the next 5 to 10 years. Mookie Betts is so good of a player. I feel like the Dodgers have to be great for the next 5 to 10 years. I mean, with him and Bellinger, how could that Dodgers team not be good? I really think they have a dynasty with Mookie Betts now. He's going to be a Dodger for the rest of his career. I know a lot of Red Sox fans were expecting Mookie Betts, to play out the 60 games with the Dodgers and then return to Boston in 2021. That's not going to happen. Mookie Betts is never returning to the American League East, and that's really good news for me as a Yankees fan. Obviously, Mookie Betts was on the Red Sox, and Mookie Betts is probably the second best player in the game, and I definitely don't want to see a second best player in the game in our division. I'm so happy he's gone. I'm so happy he's not in the division anymore to kill the Yankees. Mookie Betts is so far away from the Yankees now, and I absolutely love it. He'll be a Dodger for the rest of his career, and he will barely ever play the Yankees, maybe unless we go into the playoffs, but he should barely ever play the Yankees because he's not in our division anymore, and I absolutely love that. And I mean, he was a really good player when he was with the Red Sox, and I'm so happy he won't be able to kill the Yankees anymore because he's with the Dodgers now, and I'm super pumped about that. So Mookie Betts has signed a mega contract with the Dodgers. He's now the highest paid player in MLB history. Absolutely crazy. I mean, contracts these days continue to get bigger and bigger. It's insane. Patrick Mahomes, obviously, we know a couple weeks ago got almost a $500 million contract, which was nuts, and that's easily the biggest contract in sports history. And now we have Mookie Betts for baseball, breaking the baseball record for signing $350 million, which is absolutely insane. Mookie Betts is going to be a Dodger for the rest of his career, and he won't be able to kill the Yankees anymore with the Red Sox. That's absolutely great news if you're a Yankees fan. But once again, if you're a Diamondbacks fan or you're a Giants fan, Rockies fan, not great news for you. He's probably going to kill your team for the next for the next 12 years. I mean, the dude's a stud, one of the best players in the game. I think definitely has Hall of Fame potential. I'm not going to go out and say he is a Hall of Famer, but I definitely think he does have Hall of Fame potential. Mookie Betts is one of the best players the MLB has seen in a very, very long time. One of the best defensive right fielders in the league, if not the best defensive outfielder in baseball. I mean, he just plays great defense out in right field, or he might play center this year, but he plays great defense in the outfield. The dude's a stud of a hitter. He can steal bases. Mookie Betts pretty much does everything. He's a 5-tool player. Not a lot of bad things to say about Mookie Betts. He's probably a top 3 player in the game, and the Dodgers will have him for the rest of his career, and that's just great news for Dodger fans. I think Mookie Betts is definitely a lot better player than Bryce Harper. I definitely didn't think Bryce Harper deserved all that money. Now, I don't think Bryce Harper is necessarily overrated. I just think Bryce Harper is not as good as guys like Mookie Betts and Cody Bellinger and Christian Yelich and Mike Trout, obviously. I think Bryce Harper is very good, but I don't think he deserves $300 million, and he got that by the Phillies, but Mookie Betts gets even more. He gets $365 million from the Dodgers, and he will be a Dodger for the rest of his career, and he won't be in the American League East anymore, and it continues to get worse for Boston fans. I mean, the Red Sox have suffered through a lot of misery the past, pretty much Boston fans have suffered through a lot of misery, this offseason. I mean, obviously Tom Brady going to the Buccaneers and for the Patriots, and now the Red Sox lost Chris Sale for the entire season due to Tommy John surgery, and now the Red Sox will never have Mookie Betts ever again. He will never be a Red Sox for the rest of his career unless he's 42 years old and still wants to play baseball, and maybe he returns to Boston, but I highly doubt that. Mookie Betts will be a Dodger for the rest of his career, signs a mega contract, and he will never return to the AL East, which is great news for Yankees fans. So that's going to do it for this video. What are your thoughts on the contract? Put it down in the comments below. Do you think it's too much money? Do you think he deserves more? I think Mookie Betts is the second best player in baseball. I think he definitely deserves $365 million or whatever it was. Mookie Betts is so good. I feel like he definitely deserves that money, and the Dodgers are going to be a scary good team, I think, for the next 5 to 10 years. What are your expectations for the Dodgers? Put it down in the comments below. And what do you think their future of the Dodgers is? Do you think it's bright? Do you think it's dark? I don't know how you could think it's dark. I think they definitely have one of the brightest futures in baseball. They're probably going to re-sign Cody Bellinger. Probably going to franchise him at some point. They're probably going to franchise, Max Muncy at some point. Probably going to franchise Walker Buehler. The Dodgers, I think, are going to be a great team for the next 5 to 10 years. What are your thoughts on what are your thoughts on the contract? Put it down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.